Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever this finds you, whenever this finds you. Today, we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Jeff Tillanian's very cool Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. And with me today are the stars of the Reavers of Thule campaign, the Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea game that we've been playing for coming up on 2 years, guys. Yeah.
Man.
2 years you've been stuck with me, stuck in these blasted lands. So, let's go the order I've got you guys on the screen. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently. First up, we have Robert.
I am a 5th level rune graver named Reagan, and she wants to get the hell out of this tower.
Nice. And next up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I'm playing Xanico, who is a cleric of the Great Feathered Serpent who guarantees the world, and he's 5th level.
Nice. Next up is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Amar Kalsa-Singh. He is a Sikh monk from 18th century Earth, and he'll probably be at 6th level for the next 2 years.
Awesome. Yeah. And last but certainly not least is George.
Hey, I'm George. I'm playing Milo Black, who is a 5th level Chimeri Kelp Warlock, closing in a 6th level.
Awesome.
Very, very slowly after that, what was it, 137 XP we got last time?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, speaking of last time, what things did you further learn in the Smoking Tower last time?
Well, a few things. Most importantly, we met somebody called Caravantian, who happened to be a demon.
Yep. Let's see.
And who wanted to make a deal with us. So let's set him free in exchange for returning us to our home.
And there was the guest.
There he is. Horrifying. And we also found some demonic black flies. We figured that Shud, the Atlantean's, previously in life professor, but now spirit constantly attacking us, was some kind of combination of a demonologist and a scientist. So he was sort of dabbling in demonology to potentially create machines with demonic elements. We also found out, we found lots of glyphs on the floor, etc. We found out Abnegazar, Roth, and Gast.
Yep.
I can't remember what they were, though.
Our original theory was they were the names of the 3 flies that Cain is holding on to, but I think our new theory is that they're the 3 things that are over in this part of the world that are like, a sort of hive mind of creatures, because we saw the evidence of a bug one, and then we also, I think Malo saw the worm one.
Right. Yes, that's right. We also discovered the source of the rumbling that we've been hearing in the building, and the source of the smoke coming out of the top, which is a giant machine of metal, stone, and crystals inside a chamber. We just continued to explore, found more dead insects, and then we found a chamber with the worms that Erlen just mentioned that form around a cocoon into a humanoid shape, and that is where we ended.
Yeah. So, and this is, of course, what you saw. So let's start there. Malo was walking back to describe what he had seen down there. What does Malo say?
Oh, came upon a strange creature made out of worms, it seemed. It reminded me of the other things that we've encountered that rose up from metal, but this rose up from living creatures to turn into some humanoid shape. Wearing it was as depicted, right, Kevin? Like with the robe and all that.
Yeah. The only major difference was that there was a in the chest cavity where the rib cage would be. There was that the one of those cocoons that seemed to be situated in there.
So I described that and I said, but it also was carrying a wand of some kind and a strange mask. It looks menacing and demonic. I did not see any machine parts like formed around the other ones, other than that strange cocoon-like thing. Which I'm not sure what that is. Exactly.
Definitely. I mean, one of the ways that this thing specifically differed from the others, you didn't see any obvious machine parts, unless you want to count that the strange cocoon thing that made up its chest.
It seemed it was behind a door with a window in it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So and it rose up. I can't remember if it rose up when I reached out with magic or just when I looked into the chamber.
I think it was when you reached in.
I say that I don't remember. I tell them I don't recall what happened, but something I did must have triggered it to awaken. But it's currently still trapped in.
Cut to him banging on the glass.
I was making faces. The usual thing that a mercenary does.
It's the asshole kid on a tour at an aquarium.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do?
So I quickly left there to inform you of what I discovered. What do you think we should do? I mean, we cannot attack it from the outside. We would have to open that door.
Did you see anything else in the room that would be of interest to us to go in? Like, in other words, why do we want to attack it?
That's an excellent question. It was at a dead end. As soon as I saw that figure, I returned. I did not really have a moment to fully examine what was beyond. I can go back and look, though. I mean, it's just doesn't seem to be able to leave the place where it's trapped. So I'm gonna walk back. Boom. So I can only see maybe 2/3 of the room. Is there anything other than empty space?
Let's see here.
I can see basically that this kind of triangle.
Come back. The creature's right up against the glass.
To the casual appearance, like it looks very much like the other rooms you've seen.
Okay, that's what I figured. So it's got the valve on the door, all that. So I'll come back. So I see nothing of note, but I can't see the whole room. It looks like the other chambers that we've discovered. I do not know if it's another one of these experimental, I forget what he called it, some sort of airless room. Did I see any vents, I guess? Question. Did I see any vents in that room, Kevin?
You do not. Although you didn't see vents in the in that last chamber as well too, where you were able to get in there. The one with all the husks on the ground, the insect husks.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. It may be one of a room meant to be airless. It may not. I do not know, but they are worms. So they didn't appear to be undead, but I didn't get a great look at them. So I'm guessing there is some sort of air in there, despite the fact that I do not see any kind of vent. So we do not have to open that door unless we feel like we need to destroy that creature.
Well, recall also, though, that those flies were stuck in an airless jar and still live.
And before they were flies, they were maggots.
Yeah.
Very true. Mm-hmm. So again, I cannot see the full chamber, so there might be something I'm not seeing. But
yeah. I would suggest not opening that door unless we have a complete dead end, where we have no other choice. Just because, especially because I feel that we are all in need of rest before we take on something else.
Right.
I
mean, I would consider it hasn't been that long since we rested, but we could continue exploring a bit.
Yes. And Reagan brings up a thought that's kind of been in the back of her mind. And she says, so we haven't heard anything from, we haven't heard or seen Ferkashud since we've been down here. And the creature, demon, whatever you call it in that room is obviously... I don't know if that's the reason. Yeah, yes. I don't obviously know if that thing is... Of course, she never actually heard the voice, so... she never went into the room. So that thing is... there's a possibility that he might be afraid of it. I almost wonder if next time we see Shud, or we could even call to him after we defeat him and tell him that if he does not offer us a way back home, we can release the creature just under the condition not to harm us. Now, that doesn't mean that we would do that, but he doesn't know that.
But guessing that it would want to destroy him for summoning it here?
Yes.
That's a
so
possibility.
That's just a thought to keep in our minds. I don't know if this Ferkashud would know of a way for us to get home, but it might... I'm sure he wants us to leave. He probably doesn't want that creature released, and we have the power to release it if we want to.
Right.
Whereas he doesn't.
I mean, I guess the question is, what is our ultimate objective here? I'm guessing I think I know the answer, but I'm just going through our options. The number one thing seems to be going home for most of us, although Zaniko is from here.
Yes.
So he may want to leave this area, but not this world or land.
Yes.
The other question is, which Zaniko might be interested in possibly, is destroying Shud or shutting down this infernal machine that's spewing smoke into the sky to make this land more safe.
And one other thing.
Yeah.
Where's the treasure?
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's the treasure?
Yes.
And you would think that Shud must have had some. He seemed to be possessed of much magical power.
Something had to fund all this.
Yes.
And allow him to carry out all of these strange activities.
Yeah.
We found some things so far, so...
Yes. So Reagan actually looks a little bit shamefaced when once you discuss Zaniko, and she turns to him and says, as I said, we would not release the demon. The idea would be to force Shud into revealing a way home. But we are also willing to do what we can to make this world safer for you. This area of the world safer for you before we go home.
I mean, we do not have to make this decision now. It's a good question to bring up for all of us to ponder. In the meantime, we can continue to explore, unless, Zaniko, you have a thought about that at the moment.
I don't really have a solution at the moment. I think I've told you guys already that I cannot call upon my god anymore now for healing, at least. I've got a little bit of sort of other stuff. I'll remind everybody that way back at the beginning when we first came in here, I said this was a horrible place of death and that we shouldn't come in here. Just not necessarily.
We have a saying among my people. I told you so.
Yep. And
yet you
aside
followed
from that,
us.
the idea of making a deal with Firkus Shud or Cavavincian doesn't seem particularly appealing in a lot of ways. The best to do seems like, assuming that I don't remember if Kane actually said what he was offered at the end.
No, he didn't.
But what I would say without that knowledge specifically is that if there is some way to banish Cavavincian back to the abyss from which he came, that would be my sort of preferred solution.
Well, that's a very interesting thought, because if Shud was able to summon Caravantian, perhaps he had the knowledge of how to send him back from whence he came. So perhaps if we continue searching, we might find more of his, because we have found some of his papers and various documents throughout this tower. Perhaps we might find the secret of how to return him to the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Does your god have... is your god an enemy of demons in particular, or just in general things that are evil?
Let me check what I wrote up about. Because I basically took the in base Ash. It's is it Set that is the one?
Mm-hmm.
It's a snake god who's of law and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, ooh, that's a good starting point. And then I don't think the Great Feathered Serpent is any particular enemy of demons any more so than the other kind of lawful gods are.
I see.
But they're certainly on the list for, bad shit, don't deal with them.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. So I was asking only because I was going to see if you had any special knowledge of what we might be able to do. Oh, Yig.
Yig. Yeah, Yig is the set one that is the Great Serpent. So I imagine there's a sort of syncretization there. That, when the Atlanteans brought their gods, and then that merged with the native gods in some ways and influenced them, sort of like, Roman rule in lots of places where they syncretized their kind of pantheon with the others. And anyway, we definitely do not like demons, but I do not have any special knowledge about demons that would help us in aside from that they're tricky. I have some suspicion that if you can kind of create the perfect oath, that they will actually keep it, if that makes sense.
I see.
That,
yes.
But that they're particularly nasty about interpretation, and so if you leave something, like if we said we'll let you out as long as you go back home, he might say, "Oh, of course I'll do that," and then destroy everything here, and then go back home and say, but you didn't specify that I had to do it now.
I see. So
do you
they
think
are...
also some DM may be, reading the technicalities of what specifically you asked for and inferring the most, bad faith interpretation?
I think the DM is like that. I think the character of the demon lends itself to that too, and so there's sort of a double determination there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Worst possible combination is what you mean. Okay, I see.
So we're saying that the real name of Caravantian is Kevin Madison.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're suggesting that it does follow the law, but it tries to find its own interpretation as best it can. I see.
Well, if it is successfully grappled with,
I see.
I think is the thing that
it seems like a last resort then, not something we want to have to do. We can avoid it. The other thing that we might find here potentially is our own way to return home. since Shud had the ability to pull things from other realms, other dimensions, it's possible he could send us back. And we also obviously arrived here through some kind of mechanism of magic and machine. So, and this tower is filled with such things. So I think it's still worth exploring and perhaps dealing with Carabanchine and potentially this worm creature only if we must. In terms of destroying them or returning, because it seems, and tell me if any of you think that this is incorrect, that if we were to just leave Caravanchian, it can't escape. It seems trapped here.
Yeah, that seems...
Although anybody else could release him.
Yeah.
That's
presumably.
true. That is true. But who would be bold enough to approach stupid enough to approach?
Reagan does not glance at Kane, who is being very quiet.
And I also will point out that, like, after we arrived here in our strange forms that we all have found our bodies in, other than Zanko, who's a native, this is basically the first place that we saw.
Yeah,
so
true.
It's not like we were like, oh, there's 12 options.
Yeah.
Let's try this one. That looks promising. We're like, this is the only thing we really see in the distance. And it was quite a distance.
You did see a kaiju.
There might be other ways. We saw a kaiju, so that's great. And we saw a wall. We saw a big wall.
Yes.
Now that was basically it. So it doesn't mean this may not be our only means of escape. Is all I'm suggesting.
Yes. Okay.
However, I would like to destroy Shud for my own reasons.
Okay. So
to
then,
kill my companion.
What are you guys doing next?
That is true.
What are you thinking here?
So I realized that Kane's and our other companions need to rest for a while. The four of us could continue exploring if you feel up to it. I do have my magic at my disposal. However, it has not come in very handy previously. I can, however, if we get into a dangerous situation, speed us all up at the cost of 1 year of our lives. And we can run away if necessary.
That was what I was going to say. What is our exit strategy?
Yes.
I mean, hypothetically, I think more exploration would be great just to find out what more of our options are while we're in a state that we, can't really do too much without risking, life.
Yeah.
And then once we do that, then take a rest and regain all our resources, or as many as we can.
Area from the south down here?
And,
No, I think we came from the west.
We came from that. Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've only checked this one and this one. We haven't checked the south one.
Right.
So we would maybe, if we're going to explore, we want to go look at that at least right now.
Yeah, I think that would be the next place to try.
All right.
Reagan,
I'm going to walk down there while we're talking just to see if there's anything on the door, a window, or writing, or anything.
It is the same as what you've seen in the other rooms.
Okay.
So when you walk up to it, there is the same kind of strange panel set into the side of the wall next to the door. You're able to activate, move your hands over it again, and just go. 1, 2. Now you're sure you want to open this door, right?
I first there. So.
3.
Okay. It seems to be. I call over to Martin Reagan. It seems to be another corridor that ends at it dead ends, and there is another door. And I'm guessing it has. I don't know if I can see actually from here if there's a window in it, but it looks like the other doors that we've seen. I can move up and take a closer look
and perhaps listen.
I can listen. I'll listen from here.
Okay.
I'll start with that, I guess.
Let's see. Okay, so you listen and you don't hear anything.
It is quiet. I will move up.
Okay, so you
To this
cautiously
door here.
make your way down,
Yeah.
and you get to this door, and it's the same as what you've seen in the others as well too. It has that glass or whatever, some kind of transparent panel in it. It has panels set into the door, one that has like a grill kind of shape on it, another one that has strange colored, shapes on it. And when you look into the window, you can see that there is again a cocoon of some kind set into the side, and the floor is a carpet of blackened or dark brown insect carapaces. The bodies of what looks like cicadas or cockroaches, maybe.
I see. I have a feeling what may happen if we were to enter this chamber. I see another one of those strange cocoons, and the bodies of insects lying all across the floor here.
And this one seems like the first room you saw as well, too, where the cocoon is set up on the wall.
Oh, okay.
As well, yeah, because it was set up. The one with the one that transformed into that humanoid figure with all the maggots, that one was on the ground.
Right. Okay. So
Reagan. Okay, so two things. So it's just a room, right? No obvious other exits.
Not that you can see.
I look through the window. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you want to step in there, right?
No.
Well, actually, what Reagan's thinking, she's beginning to. I'm not exactly sure how this really helps us, but of course she's curious, and we know about cats and all that. But she'd be curious to see if opening the door does anything, as long as we shut it again as quickly as possible. And then if we can move across the room.
Is the character with 1 hit point volunteering to do this?
No. She's just musing out loud. She'd like to see if knocking that. Actually, we might be able to use a arrow to do it. Knock the cocoon onto the floor if that causes those things to form around it.
Kind of strange, morbid curiosity is this?
Well,
You just want to know how to create these creatures are created.
it can't.
Well, he's joking when he says it. You can tell he's joking when.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
I do not know, Reagan. It is very interesting to discover how these things do work, but I won't admit that I am concerned about doing that in our present state.
True enough. Okay.
And for example, what if we are not able to close the door for some reason? We have encountered some weird glyphs down here that we hadn't really discovered before. There could be any strange, or this mechanical apparatus that would prevent us from closing it. I do not know. It may be fine. It's a risk that I do not know if we can take at the moment. Perhaps once we have our strength back.
This is true.
And by that I mean Kane.
Yes.
Well, do you want to come up and do you want to look at what I see here? Perhaps you will see something I do not.
She takes a quick look, and I mean, not quick. She looks around the room to see if there's anything else obvious. Does she notice, for instance, a crack behind the cocoon, like was in the other room?
From here, you can't see that.
Okay.
Perhaps if you got closer.
Nah. Now that she's been talked down by wiser heads. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, essentially, this is the end point of this area, this entire area, unless we have passed some sort of concealed door or something hidden.
Who's a dwarf?
So the only other. Yeah, exactly. So either we, I mean, I do not know what to do other than to return the way we came, unless we do want to open one of these doors and confront one of these creatures. But I'm not quite sure what that will gain us, at least at this point. But Zaniko and Amar, what do you think? Should we continue exploring back the way we came?
Yeah, because if I remember properly, we had turned a corner and we'd come into a hallway, and one of the first doors we looked at through there led us to this area. But I believe there was more to explore in that hallway.
That sounds right. And I actually did start happening at one point, and I gave up on doing it, so I don't have a clear description of that, but that sounds right to me.
Yeah, I kind of remember that too. That's where we saw initially, like, all the various carcasses of insects across the floor, I think.
No, that was over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think Will's description is accurate.
Yeah.
So at least we might as well. And is there any reason to stay over here, or should we just at least head back with Zaniko?
Yeah, I don't think there's any other reason to stay here. This place is just full of insect death. So.
Right. Or undeath, or whatever it's happening here. Whatever foul sorcery is at work.
Mm.
All right, so Zaniko, so it seems like what we've been doing is having... Should we have one of... So Amar and Mallow seem to be two best equipped to handle a problem, so should one of us be in front and one in the back?
I was kind of thinking one in the front, one in the back, and I mean, I can be in the back because I can move to the front very easily if we need to.
Oh, that's true. Right,
I can move around fairly well, so...
Yeah, no, you're quick. All right, so Zaniko and Reagan, you want to be in the middle there, and we'll start heading back.
Yeah.
So I'll come up here, and I'm being cautious. I'm not just like wandering, casually back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like be peering around the corner as I get to each corner, just checking ahead, and then continuing forward. I'm not being stealthy like I'm sneaking. I'm just walking cautiously.
Yep. Exercising care.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, these floors are identical to what you've seen before. The walls seem to have been carved from the stone. But the floors are set as the same as those metal floors or whatever the material is that the upper levels of the smoking tower were made of.
All those floors, were they reminiscent of the floors that we saw when we first passed through the portal way back?
No. You mean like where those things
those
were?
Kind of decks. It was like when we from the keep. When we passed through the portal, there were
so the things the things that took you guys, the sleepers, those things. Yeah. No, all of that was a very distinctly black, metallic, unnatural thing. This, as advanced as this stuff is, you can recognize it as metal. There was materials in that other place that you saw that you're not sure what they appear to have been grown. So
I see.
So
this seems more familiar to. I mean that in like a very general way, more familiar to us than that previous location.
As Zaniko's explained, the Sky People are people. They just his tribe understands it as it's people with gifts and understandings vastly beyond what you folks know and what your cultures know.
And Zaniko, were there any stories among your people of the Sky People having encountered beings from another place that gave them this type of knowledge?
I don't think that he would know where they got it from.
I think, and my tribe doesn't really associate with the Sky People nearly as much as some of the others who have like explored the ruins and stuff like that. So I think we probably have like a sort of mythological telling about the Sky People, but the kind of hard evidence we don't know where or what caused their particular ability.
What he does know is that there are creatures here that seem out of balance with the rest of the of Zaniko's people's lands. Creatures that seem apart from the biodiversity that you would find here. And so those things, they think, if not demonic, they think that some of those would have come with the Sky People.
And I said, Zanico, I asked that question because we have encountered strange travelers who come from different realms and perhaps dimensions or times we don't even know. So I was curious to try to connect some dots between the different peoples and places that we've encountered on this journey to perhaps give us some ideas of how we can return to our world. But it seems like there's not much to gather from.
How much have you guys told Zanico about what, how you came to be here?
Well, I guess we haven't really told him much, and partly it was because he arrived with Amar and Gwen. We didn't take the time to fill him in. We were sort of on the run, so we haven't told him anything. So unless Amar and Gwen he doesn't really know much.
Yeah.
Well, we've shared a few, rest periods too, so we could have talked during those. Reagan wouldn't have seen any reason not to talk to him about how we got here.
Well, and I can tell there's something fucked up about you guys because one of you's glowing, and Kane's got his weird, armor skin, and Malo's eyes don't match. And
I feel perfectly normal.
Amar is perfectly normal except for being, from Earth. So.
Yeah, I'm not from here.
Right. Exactly. Well, I will, in this discussion that we're having right now, as we're kind of slowly walking through, I will fill in any gaps in Zanico's knowledge of how we came to be here, and basically everything that Arlet knows, having played through it, that we were in this keep and we came through the portal. We got taken by these sleepers. We woke up with our bodies all screwed up. We escaped with help from our companions who found Zanico, and here we are.
Yeah,
and we want to get home.
So
and then we came to the Lincoln Tunnel.
I think your legends, Zanico, they speak to these things as well too, as being kind of filling the role of like demons in a thing, like the things that prey on your tribe and the thing that prey on man. The ancient legends don't say don't speak of you guys being brought here by a benevolent thing. Your tribe at least has legends of being brought here by something malicious, or at least being preyed on by something malicious. And the descriptions they gave you of what these things look like, you've never seen one yourself, but it matches with the ancient legends of what what your tribe and the wise folk in the community would recognize as not creators necessarily, but certainly something that plays a role in your tribe's history.
Very curious.
Nasty demonic creatures that they are in opposition to our goals, it seems, both of our peoples.
And no one living,
and they make you make way too many saving throws.
No one who has no one living in your tribe has ever seen one of these things, or can claim that they knew someone who saw one of these things. But it occupies a place of importance in your tribe's mythology.
Yeah.
Very strange. There's much experimentation going on in this land. I wonder if this all was one grand experiment from the ancient past.
Well, it probably has for my people, since the Great Feathered Serpent has so much to do with kind of like biology and flourishing and life and stuff, that there's a specific quality of like demiurgic arrogance to these creatures. The idea that these are sort of like, non-gods meddling in the realm of the gods, and that's part of what's so nasty about them, is that somehow they have found the sort of powers that allow them to behave in this kind of strange way that and maybe they may have even brought us here as part of their thing, and that it is only through it is, of course, through the grace of the great feathered serpent that the world continues to revolve and resolve itself as it does, but that these creatures kind of corrupt and pollute and alter the nature of nature.
Right. Yes. They are sub creators of some kind who would think themselves to be the creators.
The warping that you've seen of, like once you realize that the characters or the party members that have obvious deformities, whether it's different colored skin or a different texture to their skin or whatever, once you realize that that's not what they normally look like, you are aware of other degenerate tribes that can breed with your people, but are vastly different. They are not human. They have been, and the legends say that they were warped by those things as well.
This is a strange land that you live in, Xanako. And yet fascinating at the same time.
You can see why he doesn't want to leave, too. What a lovely...
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, after you guys told me about Thule, it's just way too damn cold there.
Okay, well, you're not wrong.
This character's actually like a Floridian retiree.
All right, I guess unless we want to have any more further discussions at this point, we should continue onward. All right. Okay. So we'll kind of head down to back to this door.
Okay. Now, where to next?
I think we'll pass through this door, and this is where we started making. So I think, well, I think we
I don't think we've explored this door at all.
Yeah, I think we.
I think Winterig was going to open it up, and then we didn't look in it.
Kev, any vents?
I don't remember for certain.
Yeah.
Any vents in this hallway?
There are vents in this hallway, yes.
Okay. So Reagan will keep an eye on the various vents and also attempt to listen while other people are doing it, specifically for the stuff she's heard before up in the vents.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the door here is open.
Yeah, it's already open. So that suggests that we did go down this way at some point. There's a long corridor here going north. I guess we'll start moving. Sorry, Kev, if I move too fast, you can tell me to stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the
And
corner
we're still,
here.
Malo, you've described the nature of whatever residue is left behind for the magical traps that we've encountered, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're all well aware of the danger that poses to us, as weak as we are, and going, as slowly as it takes to keep looking out for that.
Right. Yeah, good point. So I see this door here, which is closed. So this was perhaps where we stopped going forward.
Okay.
Is this a door with a window or no window? Or
no window. This is like the other doors you've seen where you've got to turn the and then pull the thing open.
So do you wish, guys, you ready for me to open this door and see what we see? Here's what I'll do. I will be ready to slam the door shut if I see something out that horrifies me. How about that? So I'm going to open the door, Kev, but I'm not taking
I'm
my
sure
hand.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Malo, maybe you want to slam the door shut if you see something that you think would horrify me. Since I'm
okay, that is different. That is different. So.
Yes.
Okay. Get something ready here for you.
This is where we're going to find all that treasure. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
10,000 gold pieces and nowhere to spend it.
All right.
All right. So, Malo, you place your hands on the door again. And then slowly, let me get to the dynamic lighting layer here. Oh, let me put one thing in here too. All right. So 1, 2, 3. So you cast the door open, and what lies in there looks very much like this.
Yeah, it looks-
I feel like,
So
despite the fact that I wouldn't be horrified by it, maybe Reagan would.
so what I would like, oh, you know what? Hold up. And no. So let me give you an idea. Boom. There you go.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty big. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't realize I put it on the dynamic lighting layer.
I thought, oh, it's very cute.
Okay. Now hold on. What I need is let's see. I think it's a D6 roll from somebody, please. Are you guys from Malo? Because you're the one who's closest up there.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. 4.
Oh, I think you're okay. You're not surprised. Let's see here.
Which makes sense. I was anticipating.
I mean, what door has not had horrible shit behind it? So
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
that does make sense.
Yeah.
There we
In
go.
another dimension, it might be a koala bear or something. You know? It's cute.
You ever seen pictures of a wet koala? Like it, terrifying.
Or like one of those giant man bat things.
No, just a koala that's wet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I just googled it. Yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, pretty awful.
That should be the next creature we run into. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, drop bear. Okay, so then that's for our Australian viewers. Okay, so then you are not surprised. So there is a chance that you will get a chance to act before this thing surges forward. So,
Great.
let's do this. Everyone write in what you intend on doing with your round. And then we will roll initiative.
Let's see if it doesn't look humanoid, does it? No.
No, it looks Cthulhuoid.
Yeah.
Where's Command Cthulhu?
Yeah, right. You don't have that spell?
No.
Oh, man.
Command
Oh wait, no,
Cthulhu
it's a cantrip.
is really more just
Yeah, right.
Command Cthulhu is really more a matter of like draw the attention of Cthulhu.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Command Cthulhu to kill me.
Exactly. Okay, give me 1 second here.
All right, so we've got everybody's. I do not want to make this roll, so does somebody else when we're ready?
Did I just hear, guys? Did I hear George volunteer to roll initiative? That's awesome.
God damn it.
George, would you beat my
Let
6?
me know when you're
please?
ready. See, I knew it.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, so close.
Okay.
All right.
Fourth Astonishing Fortune.
So let me quickly. I gotta roll the hit points for this thing.
Can we Astonishing Fortune just to close the door before?
Right.
No?
We'll spend all 4 Astonishing Fortune just to.
Sounds good. So that's what you're spending your Astonishing Fortune on your turn. So sounds good, guys.
Right.
Roll initiative or the hit points here. Okay. It's not as bad as it could have been.
Okay, great.
Yeah, okay. And you guys can see the health bar on it?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm still trying to make sure I got the...
the new system down.
Yeah.
I feel like, and we were like walking along having like a casual conversation, and we opened the door like, ah!
Yeah. All right, so what this thing does on its turn, it surges forward and Whew. Malo, what is your
Awesome.
AC currently?
My AC currently is down to 1, if I'm correct on my sheet here. Let me open my character sheet on the my printed one. AC, 1, yeah.
1, okay.
I need to have a paper version of all my characters.
Yeah.
Just at my disposal, so for some reason.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. This thing. So you said your AC is a 1 right now?
That's correct.
I missed by 1.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Thanks.
I rolled a 9, so I hit an AC 2. So this thing, one of its pseudopods, sort of like, and by which I mean like a good chunk of its body, slams past Malo and jams the door open, and yeah, What's worse than having all the eyes on there is there are tiny mouths that are opening up and making a horrible sucking, hooting kind of sound.
Mm-hmm. Strange.
Okay. So that was melee. Who else do we have on? We have Malo on shut the door.
Is that kind of a melee?
It's a little difficult to do that at this point. It's a good chunk of its body is taking up the. You could try and force this thing's body out, I guess, but
I mean that's what I'm gonna try to do. Maybe defeat a strength or something.
Yeah, I mean it is made up of about 30% mouths at this point, so
right. So it's problematic. Well. I'm going to try anyway, just because if I do wind up doing it, it will save the other party members.
Yep.
So knowing that they're all not in great shape, I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna try it, even at the risk.
Okay. So why don't you give us, let's see here, what is your THAC0 right now? Your level is what, level 6?
Correct. No, 5, not 6. Almost 6.
Level 5. Okay, so your
fighting ability
is
of 5.
So it's 1d20 plus 5. Do you have a strength modifier to?
I do. So I have a +2 to attack for strength,
okay.
so it'd be a +7.
So 1d20 plus 7, please.
There we go.
Astonishing point, then?
Yeah, I think I will.
We have a few.
And that one is a good start.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this point of astonishing fortune.
Yep. Okay.
And cool. Here we go. I'm gonna re-roll. Here we go. Okay, that's at least better. Not a 1.
Yeah.
Not a 1. Okay. So that is
0. Right. 20 minus 20.
That is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage. Your hit dice is 1d10 plus whatever your strength modifier to damage is.
1d10. Okay.
Yep.
It's a 3. Here we go.
3. Okay.
6.
Okay. So let me set up a green bar here. Yeah, okay, there we go. So you're trying to push in on this thing, but it is so big and formless that do you have gloves or are you using bare hands?
I do not have gloves, so I would be using bare hands.
So your hands you can feel are being burned. You're not taking damage, but it's just like imagine pushing up against like sandpaper.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's it's abrasive. It's not like acidic. It's like literally from.
There may be a quality to that too, because so it's stinging. Like the surface of this thing itself is rough and it's just kind of like rash or not rashing, like the it's like rubbing or tearing off bits. Abrasing is the word I'm looking for. Off part of your hands, and then on top of that, there's this gooey substance on the outside of it that is burning. So it is a overwhelmingly unpleasant experience.
So I'm gonna grunt in pain and help me get this creature off.
Okay.
As I'm struggling with it with all my might.
Yeah. Next up is Missile, which is Reagan.
Sure. Let's see. Oops. Where did my sheet go? I had it. I wasn't losing. Oh, there it is.
So, guys, let's when you know your turn's coming up, let's try and make sure we're all ready to roll, so we're not spending time.
I was ready. It was. I had the sheet up, and then.
Nat 20.
Okay, nat 20.
Yep.
Is a hit?
Yep. For 2 points.
And we get to roll d6, right, to see what.
Yeah, to see what the effect of the crit is.
Right.
Nice.
I think that's good.
Yeah. You're not a fighter, but that's still.
Yep.
I don't have my screen.
Is that 2 times?
So you hit this thing. Sorry, what was the extra 6 for?
That was for
For
the
the crit effect.
Right. Okay, so it's 4 points of damage. Cool. So here's
nice.
It hits. And let me subtract the damage here.
It's gonna drop in half. Here we go.
I'm thinking maybe we just want to run. Maybe
That's not. You did excellent shot.
Wait, there's another one.
Oh no.
So your shot tears off part of it, and it hits the ground and begins forming up as a second one.
Oh,
that's gotta run.
horrifying and cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to run.
So that was Reagan. Next up is Magic, which is nobody. Then Move, Amar.
So I am moving up here
No, run.
beside Malo. I assume. Let's see, which way does the door open?
Actually, I don't know. Kev, is
Where's
the door
the
open out?
hinge and stuff, Kev?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, out.
Yeah.
Okay, it opens outward. Excuse me. Basically, what Amar's trying to do is he's trying to move up to where the door opening is for this turn.
Yep.
And next turn, use his ray gun of doom. That's basically what I'm trying to set up. So just for movement location.
It seems a bit extreme for Malo. He only just opened the door. Oh wait, you mean on the monster? Got it. Okay. That plan seems better.
I don't know. I'm beginning to think doors.
Woo! All right. Then it is the end of phase 1. We're on to phase 2. No one has melee, so we're on to Magic. Zanico, what do you got in mind?
All right, Zanico, arms swirling about him, calls upon the wrath of the great feathered serpent to give this big one a -1 to its attack rolls.
Okay. Let's see.
Nice.
Which is the cantrip Divine Wrath.
Oh, awesome. I'm just seeing if it had any magic resistance. It does not. So,
Great.
all
That's
right.
good.
Then it is Move. Amar's got Missile. Sorry, Amar, I skipped your turn. You have a Missile on the first turn.
Wait a minute.
I had Move and then Missile as your second phase.
Yeah, moving the missile. And so that was my missile attack, is I was going to use the ray gun on.
Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. I thought it was... Yeah. Please use your ray gun. Well,
Yeah,
hold on. Malo's in your way, though.
Well, see, that's why I was saying, for movement purposes, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh.
Like what hinge, like where the door hinge was.
Yeah. The trouble is Malo is grappling with it right now, so I'm not sure there's a way that you could...
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
Although it is big.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, like in my mind's eye,
Yeah,
obviously.
Give us a D6 roll.
What's that?
Give us a D6 roll.
Oh, okay.
Your dexterity is quite high, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that's. I mean, your dex is more than a 10. So you sort of like pogo up onto a wall, and you're sort of give yourself a big enough angle just so you can hit your ray gun and not hit Malo. Why don't you go ahead and give us damage roll? I'm gonna make a save for this thing. Don't think that's good enough. Oh, actually, yeah, that might be good enough.
It's an avoidance save, if that matters.
Avoidance? Okay. Here's my awesome DM screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
Well, look. The 4 did a decent amount of damage.
Okay, so I did save, but here's what your ray gun does.
Regenerates.
And it completely discorporates the small one.
Oh, great.
Okay. So,
good shot.
And then once it gets that, like, 50 sci-fi, like, that hits it with rings, and it sort of like goes, inside or like transparent, negative.
Negative.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
I have watched far too much Mystery Science Theater lately.
No. You can never do
Right.
Okay, so that was missile. We got magic done, and we got move. Reagan, do you want to move? Oh, you did missile. You can't move. Remember, you can't move.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So then we are at the end of the round. I think we are on to round 2. George, we thank you for your valiant effort rolling initiative. That was much appreciated. Everyone write down what you're going to do with this round. And then... Okay. Nice.
Sense you. Oh.
Then, Robert, would you kindly beat my 2?
Oh, come on, Robert. You can do it.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so no one has melee, so...
Nope.
Pseudopod City, here we... So, Malo.
Yep.
Actually, Reagan, it did not like that ray gun. Oh, Reagan, Amar.
Amar. Mm-hmm.
Amar, what is your current AC?
Current AC is a 2.
Okay, so that definitely hits. And I need more dice.
Oh, man.
That's not good.
It's always good, right? Gonna make use of my awesome...
4-sided dice, right?
My Noble Knight dice. Thank you again,
Oh,
Noble
yeah.
Knight.
Actually, they sent me some, too. Actually, I just got this week.
It's because we both have a buying problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. They know what they're doing.
Hey, I have a buying problem, and they didn't send me any.
It might be coming because Kevin got his like a month before I got mine.
Yeah,
So
Well,
yeah.
Like, jokes aside, what a lovely little thing to do. Like, just...
I sent a letter with it. Very nice.
Yeah, it was really, really, really nice. So I love them. They really have filled before I started streaming too. Like, they were the ones that were my go-to for filling difficult to find things.
Yeah.
My Star Wars Saga collection. They're the ones who supplied my Knights of the Old Republic book because I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Nice.
All right, so Malo, you are hit. Amar, sorry.
Everyone's gonna hit everybody.
spreading the tentacles around at everybody.
19 points of damage.
Holy
So I can spend a point of Astonishing Fortune to negate the damage.
Negate the hit, yep.
Negate the hit, right?
Yep.
So yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you guys are down to 2 points of Astonishing Fortune. So, once again, the part of its body just, reshapes in a way, and a punch of, or a bunch of it just surges out to the side, and it tries to hit you, but narrowly kind of kung fu back, and then it is Amar on missile.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to hit it with the radium gun again.
Okay.
Nice.
Maybe make a save for it. It saved again.
Damn it.
Eh,
It's okay. You just half damage.
Yeah, it's just half.
Okay. Go. All right. So yeah, again, it more of it sloughs off and leaves a pile of greenish, blackish goo on the ground. Then it is both Malo and Reagan on magic. What are you guys doing?
Reagan, you want to go ahead first?
Sure. It is divine guidance on Malo. That's +1 to all attack rolls.
Okay.
Cool.
And then Malo, what are you doing?
So I let go of the creature because I was kind of grappling with it, trying to push it away. So I let go of it so I can, this is the start of my turn. I had let go so I could start casting a spell, and suddenly I don't even ask. Everybody starts to feel like a tingling sensation inside their bodies, and they kind of shudder for a moment. And now you feel like you're much faster in your speed and your attacks and older.
Yeah, so everyone had 1 to your age.
Yeah. So that was a haste spell that lasts 18 rounds. So we should be able to get out of here, hopefully. But that's what I do.
Okay. And then it is, let's see here, magic's gone.
And
move.
by the way, I wrote move Kev in my second phase, but that's obviously wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. We didn't have a fight last time. You guys were just exploring last time, so it's been almost 2 months since we've had a scrap in this game.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 of these things. What the fuck? Let's make it interesting.
But I was gonna say scrap. I don't know if this is a scrap.
Afrikaans.
I'm now
A boldy
43 years
roll.
old. I'm now aged up to 43, so I feel like this is a serious combat.
Yep. Okay. So then it is Xanaco on a move. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just moving to where I can see it better to maintain my power over it.
your curse. Okay. So then, does anything interesting happen on the second phase? We got a lot of people standing around. I think that's it then, guys. Okay. So then we are on to round. Let's see here, round 3. Yeah.
And just so everybody knows, your speed is doubled and your attack rate is doubled.
Okay. That wouldn't obviously work for the ray gun though, because
No, it's only
yeah.
Correct.
All right then, Robert, you kicked my ass last time, so let's see if we can carry on this proud tradition here. Would you kindly beat my 4?
Well, we have to declare.
Oh, you guys have to declare.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll re-roll. Fishing for that 6. Oh
No.
Wait, why are we rolling another 5d6? Oh, thanks.
Yeah, those Noble Knight dice seriously are calibrated to be DM dice. I rolled a lot of damage there.
Oh man.
Okay. All right, guys. Then, Robert, would you kindly beat my 3?
Okay, you can do it.
5. Nice. All right. So then, guys, first up is on melee, we got Malo.
Yeah, so I have 3 attacks per round with my doubled. So here's the 3 attacks.
Okay, let's just go through these one at a time here. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, okay.
So the first is a solid hit, which carves off another one of them.
Right.
The second hit, likewise, a solid hit, which also carves off another one.
At least we know the ray gun should evaporate most of those.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. That's why I was hoping I could cut it up to some degree. So that
I mean,
Mark could take...
each of these is going to have a melee attack too.
Yeah, fantastic.
And the third one is a hit as well too. I'm actually going to reduce the size of this thing because it's getting pretty wee. But okay, so you've
they're so cute.
Carved it up. Oh, definitely. Yep, it's going to be all the rage this Christmas season. Cuddle me, shoggoth.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of cuddling shoggoths, let's make some attack rolls here. So I can actually get 2 on Malo.
Yeah.
That sounds bad.
So both of those hit.
Okay.
So you take. Let's see here. Do you have DR at all right now?
I have DR of 1.
Oh, do you? Okay, so then this will your DR will count against this. That is 5 points of damage. Full DR will apply, and 6 points of damage. Full DR will apply, and then against Malo.
All right.
Okay.
You mean Amar?
Or Amar. Yeah, I'll just try and hit you. Nat 20.
Of course.
And
We have astonishing fortunes.
double damage.
That's why I didn't use any of this turn.
Okay, so this will be 16 points of damage.
Yeah, I've got to burn another point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you go down, I think we all die.
Yeah.
And the other one is actually it's climbing like up the wall and on the ceiling. So I'm just going to place it right here. So I mean, maybe you guys can't see that.
No.
No. Okay, I'll put it right here. How about that?
Okay. Great. That makes me feel fantastic.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, let's see. I think it's Jesus. No, that is a miss. All right, so shoggoths have all gone. Then I know I normally prefer to describe the monsters rather than tell you what it is, but shoggoth is a word I very rarely get to say, and it is a lot of fun to say. So
Yeah.
I tried to find my new hoodie and I couldn't find it. From Hyperborea that's got the picture of the mystery at Port Greeley, which is like the big shoggoth picture.
Yeah,
I couldn't find it because I don't know where it is.
Oh, someone ordered a rock slide hoodie yesterday.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. I think it might be
and
Wayne.
it wasn't me.
You know, Wayne from who hangs out in our the Night Below game in the chat. I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure he's the one who ordered it. He's got a what do you call it? Threshold mask.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome. Okay, so then let's see here. Next is Amar on Missile. What are you doing, Amar?
Oh, I'm trying to waste these guns of guns.
Okay.
Let's go to this character sheet.
So I think you can only hit one because these are smaller. If you try and angle it, you got a chance of getting Malo because they're engaged in melee.
Yeah, because he's in melee with them.
Yeah.
That's what I got to figure out next.
I mean, maybe Malo could use a good X-raying, you know?
I'm going to go with no for 1,000, Alex.
Think of it less as being hit by the death ray and more as being scanned effectively for tumors.
Right. Exactly.
And causing them. So
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah. All right, even with a save, this thing is completely vaporized.
Nice.
Okay.
That's good.
And, well, vaporized turns into stinking goo. Then it is, let's see, Reagan's maintaining. Zanico's praying to someone named Claude. Nope, sorry, that's Hold.
God, Claude.
Claude does sound like a Viking god, so, you know.
Yeah.
Blood for Claude.
Blood.
Okay, so you guys are concentrating on this stuff. Now, the core creature here, I'll put a little red dot on him. That's what's getting the benefit right now, but with it split up, the magical effects are not carrying over to its spawn. So I think that's it for this round then, guys. We're on to round 4.
Well, I'm actually I put hold magic because I'm ending that and casting something else.
Sure. Okay. So second phase, we got nothing else interesting happening. What are you doing?
So once again, Seneca reaches down to his pendant, his amulet, his holy symbol around his neck, and he raises it to the sky and offers a prayer to the great feathered serpent, and casts prayer on everybody, which is his kind of last big thing, but it seems like we're sort of in trouble. So everybody gets +1 to attack rolls and damage and saving throws, and all the enemies get -1 to those things too.
Sweet.
Okay.
So,
That's
Kev, this thing up on the ceiling, how is it actually on the ceiling, or is it partway up the wall?
It's more on the wall.
Could she reach it with if she basically uses her hammer? Can she hit it with that?
For next round, you could, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Okay.
No, we're hoping we get the. I call it.
Let's see here. Ooh.
And,
All right.
Malo, George, the haste gives you 1 extra melee attack?
You
doubles
double
your-
doubles your attack rate.
Okay.
So your attack rate's 1, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yeah, so you get 2 every round.
Okay, great.
All right, guys. Would you kindly beat? This is Robert again.
Yep.
My 5.
Shit.
All right. So these things have -1 or -2 from prayer.
-1 to their attack rolls and -1 to their damage.
Excellent. Okay. So the original one, the Shoggoth Classic, if you will, against Malo. That is a 3. Misses. Second Shoggoth, which is now pushing its way forward on the wall. Have I mentioned how when I roll a nat 20, it shows up as that ampersand symbol?
I knew it.
Sorry.
And times 3.
Yep.
Yep.
So this is
Gonna have to-
27 damage.
Yeah, let me think about this. Let's see, we have 1 astonishing fortune left.
Cut to the
No, actually, we have 0.
the
We have
montage
0.
of like George in a lab with a bunch of stuff, pouring things in, studying this whiteboard.
Trying it out, doing alternate timelines,
Yeah.
see what the options are. All right, yeah, I spent an astonishing fortune to avoid 27 points of damage.
This is the thing. Someone, we've had people ask about critical hits in what do you call it, in our AD&D game too, because like people forget that AD&D second crits were optional in it. Yeah. This is the reason why I don't play with crits in that game. Is because like fucking nuts, 27 damage.
Yeah.
Well, it also sucks if 20s are an automatic hit in AD&D and a crit, because it means that a character like Bergor, who is basically built as a tank, is much less effective as a tank, because every time he gets hit, he's going to get hit for a huge amount of damage.
Yep.
Well, and what's interesting is that in AD&D First Edition, the way it worked is you needed an unmodified 20 for the first, it basically was an unmodified 20, and then to hit anybody after that, you needed a modified 20 plus a bonus to hit. So there's basically were 6. It's a lot of detail, but there were 6 20s in a row on the sheet, on the matrix, and so it to try to avoid a little bit of that. But once you at a certain point, it was just a nat 20. It was a crit. Like a hit and a crit at the same time, and those are the only options. Yeah.
Are you guys out of Astonishing Fortune?
Yeah, that's it.
It went fast. Jesus.
Yep.
All right. So then I got 1 on Amar. And this one, once again, the lashing tendrils come out. That's a 17, so that it definitely hits. Not a crit, though. Not a crit.
That's good.
Amar, you take 6 points of damage. I don't think you've got any DR. This thing pulls across you. Okay.
Although we got to figure out what that robe is.
Right.
Remember we found that robe?
You did, yeah. And you haven't identified it yet. Okay, so then next is Malo in melee and regular.
Okay, so here I'll do 1 at a time to see what happens. So attack the one. I'm gonna attack the one on the wall.
Okay.
To start with, next to me. So here's the first attack.
Okay.
And I got a +1 for this as well, so it's a -3,
Solid
and
hit.
the damage would be 8.
So you
Damage
hit
would be
this
8
thing,
instead of 7.
you splatter this thing completely. It spreads on the wall and then completely reforms.
Interesting.
Yep.
So I felt like I did enough damage to, like, I hit it well enough to kill it.
Most
but it
assuredly,
just
yeah.
reformed.
It just seems like it's not going to get smaller than what it is currently.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to then retarget my next 2 attacks to the main creature, the red dot.
Yeah, yep.
So here's the next one with a +1 and a +1, so that's
Yep.
a -8 and a 9.
Identical thing happens. You see, you're certain you've killed you destroyed this thing, but what is cleaved apart, sort of like in an unnatural way, reforms and aggressively comes towards you again.
Okay. Okay. So in the heat of the moment, he had a 3rd attack, but he just doesn't take it because he's like just shocked because he doesn't know what to do. He feels completely powerless at this point.
Okay.
And he just yells out like, "I can't kill them."
Okay.
They won't die.
Reagan, what are you doing?
Well, she's going to use her electric warhammer. It's 2 charges left, so she's going to use that on the one on the wall.
Okay.
And here we go.
That's an AC 0 then.
Yeah, I would assume that she. Yeah.
So that is a hit.
Yeah.
And the electricity charges through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Great.
Okay, and then there's the second one.
Oh, son of a monkey.
Oh,
hits it,
damn
it
it.
spreads off, and it almost like basically pulses out a second one. You hit it, and it's the same effect that Malos has. You've hit the thing, it seems to splatter, and then like reforms up, folding in on itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Amar needs to shoot the original.
I made it worse.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
All right.
So let's see. Next session, everybody will come back. And we'll find
Let's see. We've
characters.
got. So then it's Miss Al. Amar, what are you doing?
You know what I'm doing.
Oh,
I'm
what
trying
what
to
direction are
take
you
this
shooting?
thing out.
That one?
Yeah, the one that's right there in front of my blow.
Yeah. Yep. So even with a save.
Nice.
Okay. Then it is Xanaco's maintaining, and I think that's it. Nothing else interesting's happening, right? Nope. Okay.
No.
We are on to round 5, guys. And Robert, we thank you for your service rolling initiative. Arlen, the awesome responsibility turns now, or falls now on your shoulders.
Okay.
Everyone decide what you're doing for your round.
She really should run, but I don't think. Actually, defense. Sure. Can I do no?
Oh shit, Rob. Reagan's got 1 hit point.
So
Yeah.
she's going on defense.
Not a bad
I can't
call.
remember what it's called.
Okay. All right, guys. So then, Arlen, you kindly beat my 6.
Oh man.
All right. So we'll go from. Oh God, no. I was gonna say we'll go from most able to take a hit to least, but really, there's not much of a difference between Namara and Namalo at this point.
Yeah.
Malo, your AC is currently a 1, and this thing has
Well, I
a.
can't. Yeah, and what is? I'm trying to find. I know there's a total defense type thing.
Block and parry. I'll find it real quick. I think it's +2 to your defenses, but if they roll a crit, your weapon is destroyed.
Gotcha.
Which is okay. Since there's no what do you call left on her warhammer, she has no charges left.
Okay.
Parry and block.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you say you had 2 charges left in your Warhammer?
I did, but I used both on the. No, that's right. She didn't.
Yeah, you can't use more than 1
Okay.
charge in a hit. It just discharges once. So you still have 1 left.
Right, but she hit.
She attacked twice. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
So my AC, what's great about parry and block is it's +2 plus my attack modifier. So an 18 strength, which I have, gives me a +4 bonus.
Okay.
So I'm now at -3.
-3. Okay. So let's do this, guys. Let's roll the attack rolls in chat. Because this will be fun. All right, so Malo. The first one surges off of the wall towards you. 4. A miss.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Then, Amar, the one that was that remained behind from where Reagan had smashed it, it surges out at you, trying to grab that ray gun hand. An 8. And then Reagan, the one that you formed, the newly formed demi shoggoth, surges out at you.
Oh,
5.
amazing. Amazing.
All thanks to the feathered serpent.
Right.
Was it Kukulkan? He's your god now. Quetzalcoatl, come take me. Okay.
Guess who's getting some converts?
Yep, that's true.
All right, so Mala was on total defense. Everyone's on defense here. It looks like Amar, you're missile.
Trying to shoot that one right there. That's
Okay, so tricky thing is it's a cone.
Yeah.
Can he sort of point it at the wall? So
We can, but I'm trying to decide if it would reflect or whatnot. Let's do this. Let's just have you give us a D6 roll. Make a Dex check.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, I think your Dex is again like extraordinarily
Yeah.
high.
You have an 18 dex, right?
I
Yes.
think that's good enough.
And that's still good enough.
Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So then go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Come on. Right.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Even with a save, you vaporize the last 2.
Oh my god.
Oh wait,
Insane.
shit, there's still one on. Mala.
Yeah, there he is.
On here, yeah.
Okay. So then, guys, if there's nothing, is there anything else of interest happening this round? I think so. So we're on
no.
to round 6.
Reagan's heart started beating again. So
Yeah.
that's, after it stopped.
Omar. Omar.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Will, we're on to you for. So everyone decide what you're doing with your round.
Well, in that case, I think
Okay.
back to
You might want to get out of the way if possible, Malo. Okay, so if you're going to be
Yeah.
back,
That's my plan, but I gotta start my turn preparing a blocking just to
no,
get
it's
the AC benefit. Yeah.
well. I mean, you could actually go just straight dodge and do a fighting withdrawal.
Well,
You would be +2 instead of +4.
right.
So that's
that
your
is
call.
true. All right, I will take the chance. So, since we haven't rolled initiative yet, I will just do dodge plus fighting withdrawal. I was just making sure I could do that, but I can. Sorry,
I don't think you've been the recipient in prayer for the dying this day, right?
I think,
Yeah, I don't have it listed.
Has Malo been
I don't
down
think
yet?
Malo or has Amar been? I think Amar might have been, but
I think Amar did.
Malo
but
has not.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, I got it on my notes.
Okay. Here we go. Then, Will.
Yes.
Wait, did you win or lose last time?
I lost.
I haven't rolled
so
yet.
Will.
Yeah.
Oh, Will hasn't rolled yet. Okay. So Will.
Yeah.
Beat my 1.
There.
Come on, Will. You can do it.
Do it.
Thanks.
All right. So first on melee, dodge and a fighting withdraw, parry and block. So one of the things I can't remember where we landed on this. I know that because what we found when we had the withdraw happen on the melee phase, what we found is that on the move phase, the things should just move up immediately and engage you again. So withdraw became kind of an ineffective tactic. So I think we were having that happen during the move phase, but it also means that you're not getting the benefit during the melee phase. It means they can attack during the melee. So
well, I think what we said was that it's still supposed to happen in the melee, but you can delay it to whenever later in the turn if you want to time it.
Okay.
So that you could get the benefit right away, or you could.
Okay. I'm fine with that. So do you want the your fighting withdrawal to happen during the melee phase or during the move phase?
Yeah. No, I do want to have it because I want to get out of the way of that ray gun.
Okay.
So I would be moving to here.
Okay.
Next to Amar, just stepping back.
Nice.
Parrying my scimitar.
Speaking of ray guns,
It has 2 ray guns.
it moves over
Yeah, I see what you did there.
because it's on the wall, right? So it sloshes over, and Reagan is the closest target. Oh, I just put my little Y instead of I just hit up again to try and hit the to refresh, and it has my smart ass comment instead of my dice roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3.
No.
That hits an AC 1.
Well, okay, so she's a 2.
Is that including the penalty for prayer?
No.
Yeah.
What's prayer?
Prayer put the penalty on their attack rolls, but that's only a difference of 1.
Yeah.
Kevin included it already.
And Kev included it.
Damn it.
So,
All right. At least it's
So
not a
Reagan
crit.
hasn't been the benefit of prayer for the dying, has she?
No.
I just rolled an 11 for damage.
Oh, man.
So 10 points because -1 for the prayer,
Yep. And she does have
Yes.
DR of 1.
and she does
so,
have DR,
does
so
apply.
she doesn't instantly die.
Good.
Done.
Okay.
So that's 8. Sorry. 9
Much
points.
as I love the retailer, when you see the Noble Knight symbol come up,
Yeah.
it means it's a 6.
Yes, yeah.
Oy.
Okay.
Okay. So this thing, like a single tendril, goes out and slashes across Reagan's throat. She falls down bleeding out on the ground. Then it is Missile.
Okay, Amar.
Oh. Mars moving.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
right.
I was going
Face.
to move up.
Right.
to
I
it.
don't think anything else of interest is happening until you make that ray gun attack.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's go ahead and do that.
It potentially will survive if it makes it save.
It's got a -1 to the save, thankfully.
Oh,
the
yes.
attack.
Okay.
On the prayer.
Okay.
But
So here, I'll roll the save in chat as well too. Let's see.
Here we go.
1, 2.
Oh.
Jeez. Oh man, it does melt part of it away, and it doesn't form a second one.
Okay, those
There's
are both good.
goo hanging down the wall. Oh man. Okay. Then it is. Does anyone else have anything of interest that's happening?
I technically can move, so I'm gonna get myself behind Amar.
Okay. You got this.
Just want to stay out of the way to the ray gun, basically. 'Cause I don't know where that thing's gonna move.
Yep.
On top of Reagan. That would be good.
Oh, Reagan slowly transforms into a shoggoth. Okay.
Well, and then melts away when Amara hits it.
Yeah. In our other old school campaigns, we've been unlocking creatures as you've been encountering them. So I hope you guys enjoy the playable shoggoth.
There are rules out there for it.
I mean, by playable, what I mean is that you try and kill your allies the entire game.
Yeah.
But,
That sounds fun.
yeah. All right.
all right.
So everyone, this is round 7, and then once you guys defeat this last thing, assuming you guys do, we will take our mid-session break as well, because I know we're 15 minutes over that. And I'm out of coffee. Okay, so then, Will, you kicked my ass last time. Will. Hi, Anna. Anna says hi. She wishes you luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Beat my 1.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Oh,
There you go.
again.
Thanks, Sambo. Awesome. Thank you. Look at that. That's a number 1 son right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, bud. Okay, so you're on a 1. All right, so then first up on... Oh, boy.
Melee for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's roll in chat again.
Oh, man.
This is on a Mar. 1, 2. That's an AC minus 3. No, minus. Yeah.
Yeah, if it hits a negative AC, I'm hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I saw that Noble Knight thing come up again. 9 points of damage.
No. Use.
-3.
Okay. So clearly in its dying moments, this thing has become the most lethal. Amar's about to hit this thing. Once again, it pulses out, and Amar drops down a puncture wound right above his sternum there. And the gun clatters to the ground. Then it is magic, which is Xanako.
All right, I'm going to prayer for the dying on Reagan to give her more time. She's still going to be bleeding out because the best I could roll is a 4.
Yep.
But this will give her more time before we need to stabilize
Can we get
her.
John to log on and make the roll for you? Because he was fucking killing it last night.
Exactly. Totally.
Yeah. All right, prayer for the dying.
Go.
Nice.
Hey, that's
Awesome.
pretty good.
All right.
Great.
Oh, you did minus instead
Yeah,
of
wrong
plus.
way. Yeah.
Oh, I see what your problem is here. You had this thing put on backwards.
Yeah, right.
Once again, he leans in. I never liked you. All right. So that was Xanako with magic, and then I think that's it for the round.
Well, I had a move.
Yes, you got to move. What do you want to
And
do?
I use that. Can I use that move to get the ray gun?
Yep.
How does that work? Okay, great. I'm that's what I want to do.
Yep, I'm fine
Do
with
I
that.
need to stand on top of him, or can I get it from where he
Do you
is
mean
next to me?
if you're at, you don't have to stomp on his head to get it? No.
Okay, I didn't know if they're moving.
Oh,
to a
I'm
square.
so sorry,
Okay, good.
Amar. Ugh.
All right, great. So I will pick up the ray gun and pray.
I understand you needed to maybe step on me to get the ray gun, but why did you shave my beard?
Yeah, that was just I know.
Answer
I
me
realized
that.
that was
Come on.
a little bit
Okay.
too much.
So then, I think that's the end of the round then, guys, right?
Yeah.
So this thing gets to move. Let's roll randomly. If I roll evens, it is moving towards Xanako. If I roll odds, it's Malo.
Okay. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Xanako promises to tell your story.
I appreciate it. In the legend, the more legends of your people.
Yep.
We see him like in his native language telling this dramatic thing of blah blah blah, blah, and the subtitles it says, and then I met these assholes.
You are hasted, so you could run the hell away.
Good. There's no reason for him not to, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
exactly.
going to stabilize Reagan first.
Okay, let's hear. Yeah, declare your actions, guys. Ooh. And then
Damn it. We're looking at to roll a 6. Well, it's not really going to matter. Actually, it's not going to matter. Really.
Yeah,
He's gonna
because it's gonna go on
melee anyway.
first.
Yeah.
okay. So we'll go ahead and give us a
Same. You've been
Ooh,
consistent.
tied. Okay, so the first thing is its attack roll. And I will stop rolling these in chat after this. Brutal.
Yeah.
This thing pulses out once again. Its body rich with the, or thick with the blood of 2 of your allies. Miss.
Yes. Oh man.
Okay,
Whoa.
and then Malo. I don't think you can conceivably not kill this thing, but let's
Well,
see.
I'm gonna roll dice like,
Yep.
you bastard.
Yeah, you definitely have earned 18.
Yes.
Yep. It fails its save. It is a greasy smear on the wall.
And then I drop to the ground immediately and tend to Amar and try to stabilize him.
Okay, so let's do this,
Yeah.
guys. Let's take our mid-session break. So we'll take 5 minutes to catch our breaths.
I thought we were making characters when we came back, so
Yeah,
So-
like I said, how did the company come back to like, wait, why are there 4 new players?
Yeah. So for those listening at home, we will be back momentarily.
Okay.
When are we down?
In about 1 more hour, buddy. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
That's not as well.
No, that's not very long. Okay. I'll see you soon.
Very fast.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go. You come back soon.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Is that Cthulhu?
That's the shoggoths.
Oh, shoggoths. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'd have
Yeah.
to reread the adventure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some fishmen in there.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're all going to become fishmen by the end of this, at some point during this campaign.
Well, that's our other game.
No?
Can you read the definition, George?
Funkle.
Like a dad, way cooler. I can't read the bottom part though.
It just says see also fun, cool,
Oh,
legend, example,
Awesome.
me.
Yeah.
that's
I
great.
tried to put that on this morning since we got our niece. I
Cool.
thought that would be fun.
Yep, that's great.
Mm.
So George, your son, how old is he now?
He is what's today? So he's gotta do the math. So 12 plus
Okay, so you're still in the months.
well, he's basically a year and 10 months
Okay,
almost.
cool.
Yeah. So
I hope you have a better time potty training than we are. We're still at well over 3.5, and he's urinating on the potty. It's fine, but the other one he's not wanting to do yet.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm starting to get there, and then we're gonna teach him too.
yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, he's we tried everything, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a difficult thing
yeah. So,
for sure.
but the good news, like I said, once he gets into
Okay.
once he gets near like the end of 2 years, you might even think about trying something like Amazing Tales on him. So, you know.
Well, he every single day he watches Star Wars: A New Hope.
Okay.
Like
Every single
he
day?
makes us. He just now I walked down there and he was telling my wife he wanted to watch Star Wars: New because I have the original movie poster up on the wall, so he
Yep.
points at it
Yeah.
because he can't say Star Wars, so he just points at it and
That's
he's very insistent. So that's what they're watching,
Right.
despite the fact that my wife does not want to watch that movie.
One of the first phrases my boy managed to work out was Martian Manhunter.
That's awesome.
One of my old toys he used to play with was like the superpowers Martian Manhunter.
Yep.
That's great. I love it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so guys, so first off, howdy to everyone in chat. We go here. And man, howdy. Brian, what's going on? Sabrop. Oh, got caught up and he's live while bored at work. Well, we hope we are making your work go by faster. Ben, what's shaking? Poke it with a stick. Absolutely. Never a bad idea. Ack, what's going on? Okay, guys. So then, Reagan and Amar have been stabilized, I think.
That was the objective right after the combat ended. But
Okay.
once that's done, I want to make sure there's nothing else coming out of this chamber.
Did I not
That's
mention the other one?
Oh, you did. I just forgot.
You mean the mimic that looks like a table with two braziers in it or something?
Yeah, there's something there that makes me.
So this was my
nervous.
first time using a shoggoth in any game. I've never used them in Call of Cthulhu either. Did
Oh, wow.
not disappoint.
No, that was pretty awesomely horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
You
then.
definitely got your money. You got your money's worth.
Yes.
But Amar, did you show your shirt? You know that you to Kev. You
Will?
was going to wear that if we
Yeah,
die, we'll become Shoggoth.
That's awesome.
Yes, exactly. Oh god, that's a great. That's from Mystery at Point Greeley, right? Yeah. Oh, I think you're muted. Well.
Yeah.
My fault.
No trouble. Okay, so then, Amar is. I mean, that's taking role playing unconsciousness to a whole new level. Last night, Dave's character was blinded, so we turned off sight on his token, and he's like, "I only see black now." What are you doing? All right. So then, what do you wish to do next? Do you want to inspect this room?
I mean, I want to just look around first from where I'm standing, just to see if there's, what's in there. I don't want to start just wandering through yet, considering it's only Zaniko and I still up and walking around.
Yeah. So, where everything else has had that like clean lines for the walls, it looks like it has been the walls of that have been cut out of the living stone here seem to have been made with a level of precision beyond what you would think capable, and they have been relatively unadorned. In here, the walls and ceilings of this stone room are adorned with vivid carvings of disastrous accidents. Women falling off ladders, men tripping into hot stoves, wagons careening sideways into crowds, and similar horrific things. And a simple stone altar at the east end of the room is heaped with a tangle of bones of various shapes and sizes.
Very strange. All right, I don't want to further investigate those things at the moment, so I just take note and retreat back in. I'll just move myself back into the corridor here and talk to Zaniko about moving Amar and Reagan, if that's maybe we should rejoin our other companions and rest. Oh, you know what? I'm going to close this door.
Okay.
Those things.
Did I mention that there was a sign over it that said "Shoggoths Dispensary"?
Exactly.
No?
I who knows how they may have appeared here. Things seem to come from other places at random intervals. So just in case, I will shut the door, crank it closed, and then I'll. Zaniko, can you bring Reagan and I'll bring Amar?
It's not going to be comfortable for Reagan because I think it's dragging more than carrying. But
yeah. Do you think you'll cause further damage to her?
The floor's pretty smooth. Hopefully not.
Okay.
Well, as long as he's grabbing the shoulders, not the feet, probably good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we all surely we all are smart enough to have like a little carry strap at the back of our armor in case somebody needs to drag us out of battle.
Right. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Never happened.
So what would you guys like to do next?
Wake up.
Live.
Well, we have no way, Zaniko. You have no way of
Like Bill Murray and Scrooge. I want to live.
totally. Zaniko, you have no way of awakening them magically. I know you have no spells, but in terms of items, I do not.
Tomorrow I can. So mechanically, the thing is that because they're negative, they'll only heal 1 hit point overnight instead of their full hit dice.
Right.
So they're not going to come back without magical healing anytime soon. So what we could do is rest, and I could spend heal spells on them to try to bring them back up to consciousness at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. I will just quickly, because I can't recall, Malo can't recall. He's going to just check Amar and Reagan just to see if he sees something that, a healing potion. He doesn't think they have them, but just to not later find out that he could have brought one of them back.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So I check around. They don't have any means of healing themselves either. So let's drag them into a safer location.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys go ahead. Feel free to move yourself to where you wish to be.
So if you guys want, I can't drag you guys. Like I can't move your tokens. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, you guys can move yourselves, and we'll be.
We're zombies.
So, Arlen, should we go back to the chamber outside where Kavanchian is? caravan.
I don't know. That seems dangerous just to be so close to a demon in case something happens. On the other hand, I can't think of any. There doesn't seem to be any obvious spot that's like, this is the place to rest that we've discovered so far. So
I agree.
I think the room that had the desk with the flies in it outside of Convention's place is as good as any.
Right.
Honestly.
Is that this chamber here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this one right here.
That's the
Yeah.
chamber.
Yeah. So we can't close that door behind us. So I guess we'll close this door behind us then.
Okay.
Once we get everybody in. And in fact, just for the hell of it, are both the desk and the chair still in this chamber?
No, you guys dragged them out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we have plenty of space to stretch out. So I guess, we'll just the two of us will have to split watches or something.
If you
so-
need light, Reagan's glowing, so.
Okay.
Right. That's a good point. How many torches? Do I have any torches left? I do. I have 3 torches left. You don't have a lantern or anything, Danico?
No.
I don't think Reagan has anything. Let's see.
I'll check Amar and Reagan for any
So
other
I
things.
have the light cantrip.
Oh,
I can create light while I'm up. We can be lit.
okay. Yeah, that's great. So while you're awake, you can be using that, and then once I take over, I'll use probably the last of my 3 torches because I think they only last 1 hour each.
Okay.
If I'm
That's a good
have it
point,
correct.
guys. Let's plunge this into darkness.
Perfect. This is all going so well.
Yeah. All right. So, the evening's rest is undisturbed. So,
Yeah.
Malo and Zanico, roll your hit dice for how many hit points you recover, and Amar and Reagan each get 1 point back.
We get our con mod on that too, if we have one, right?
I
Yes,
think
you
you
do.
only get just the 1 if you're negative.
Right.
That's the thing, is that you recover very slowly if you're down. But I will look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Healing, complete bed rest, healing negative hit points. Regains 1 HP per day plus hit point adjustment if his constitution is 13 or greater. So you do get your con modifier for the limited
Right.
healing.
Yeah. Reagan
Well,
doesn't.
I'm still at -1, but that's okay.
Okay. So Reagan and Amar are still unconscious, but they seem to be on the mend. Zanico and Malo, not bad. Zanico, not
Yeah.
great for how much you're getting back, but I mean, 1d8. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. And you've got some healing now, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got healing, so I can do. I think I'm just gonna burn the big ones, honestly, and try to get everybody back up.
Okay.
great.
So, let's do Amar first. 2d8 for you, Amar. 5 points. Not great, but awake.
Yeah.
On Reagan,
Well, Amar has his chiropractic technique too.
3
That's
points, so not even awake yet. So I'm going to spend the last big one on Reagan to try to get her up.
Nice.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's at 13. Nice.
So she's at positive 13. And then I have a couple more small ones, but that was all my big heals.
Well, Reagan can, now that she's awake, she pulls out her lovely ale horn. And first of all, thanks, and everybody for helping and not basically everybody not dying.
Yeah.
And then she'll do her ale horn, which is 2 times her level, so 10 hit points back for everybody.
10, nice.
Yep. She's
Okay. There was light through the ceiling, yes.
Yeah, but not in the chamber, so I had to use them.
Okay.
And I checked the rules. They burn for 1 to 2 hours each.
Yeesh. Those
So-
do not remain.
That was the
forever.
end of that was the end of them.
Okay.
I've got
I mean, are you guys out of light right now?
No, I've got my light back
His
up.
cantrip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've got the
And I
cantrip.
have a ring of spell turning that I can.
What does your cantrip give? Is it 30 feet?
Cantrip gives a 15-foot diameter sphere of soft lambent illuminance radiates from your open hand.
Okay. There we go. Reagan, you don't have continual light on anything, do you?
No, but she's continual light, but not to that extent. I can't remember. I think it's like a 5-foot radius or something
Okay.
like that.
What I'm asking is, do you have anything that is casting light right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
But she just casts light in a 5-foot radius. Is that right?
I'm trying to see if I have that. If she's
Her unnatural
if she's
her unnatural glow at this point.
Yeah.
but she would more or less probably have to be naked. So
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Well, at least we have some light here, and we haven't needed it prior to this, so hopefully we won't, run into too much trouble. But
she has the cantrip as well, so if it
Okay.
turns out it's not helpful for any reason, she can always do the cantrip.
Okay.
great.
So, although, I mean, with Xanaco's light, if it's, unless you've cast a spell for it, then he's having to focus on it each round because of that.
Yeah, so light goes out, touch you and heal you. Light comes back.
Okay.
Right.
So then, look at this, guys. You guys are doing really well.
Depends how
And
you define that.
wow, you're almost at full. You're on
Hit
your way
points
to,
wise, yeah.
yeah. And then Amar, you can also. Do you want to make use of your adjustment?
Yeah, I
thing?
was looking to see. So I think everybody else is pretty up. How far are you from full, Milo?
5.
5. Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and use my cellular adjustment on myself.
Okay.
Yep. Right.
To go into some yoga poses and.
Nice. Upward dog, downward dog.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, and I do have a ring that has the ability to shine light.
Mm.
Great.
There was a ring of spell turning we found, and that was like it's you know how you have those like minor powers,
Yep.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like its minor power.
What is it?
Right.
How much light does it give? off?
It says 10 foot bright, 10 foot dim.
Okay.
So I think that would be 20 foot total.
Yeah. Do you want to activate that then?
Yeah, it just says takes an action to shine that light.
Absolutely.
Great.
Okay. Let's do this here. Boom. Okay.
All right, now that we're so good, let's take on Maggot Boy. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
What do you
Seven
guys
does.
wish to do next?
I mean, I was thinking, well, first of all, I'll just explain to Amar and Reagan what we saw in the chamber after we fought the shock. I don't know what they're called, but
Yep.
Malo doesn't know what they're called, so the creatures. And then proceeds to say, I feel like we should investigate that chamber further because it was so different from every other area we've encountered. And there were other things to actually look at more closely, and perhaps you'll know more about these things than I do. And I also, this morning, prepared a detect magic spell to more deeply investigate.
Oh, you
Is
can
that
also use
intensive?
that for some of those. You've got at least one unidentified item as well, too, right?
That's true. I forgot about that. That's true. We have at least one. So I'll have prepared 2 detect magics. I was never using my first level spells anyway, but I'll have prepared 2 detect magics and 1 burning hands. So before we leave the chamber, this area for now, before we even have the discussion, I will use a detect magic to check out. It was what the robe?
Yeah, there's an unidentified robe.
Okay. That's the one you put on, right? The cursed robe.
Yeah, it just says stacks with cloak, but we didn't know what it did.
Yeah, the cursed robe of poison. That one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Of choking. It's a cloaker. Ah!
Sorry.
That wouldn't surprise me.
John's like PTSD-esque reaction to the cloaker when he was reminiscing about it last session. So good. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Will, the guys, the good news for the 4E war story, they found Ember.
good.
Yep. And
Yeah.
that's the end of that story.
I was gonna say finding her wasn't necessarily the good part.
I'm not even entirely sure she was lost. She was just not there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
It was
getting
pretty
to
horrifying.
play with 4E. It was
Yeah, it
fun.
was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a good time last night.
I wish
Yeah.
I could have been there for more of them, but
Yeah.
Well, it's tough. I mean, like your Fridays are you're never available anyway, so it's tough to do. It was awesome having you there for that that Friday fight anyway.
I only got my dice bag and dice.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yep.
The Kickstarter reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I knew it was coming, and I didn't realize he was going to ship the hoodie in with it. So it was kind of like an extra surprise when I got the box.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm trying to find that
The robe.
cursed vest. Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Okay. Okay. So, what this thing can do... so it will give grant +1 on avoidance saves when it is worn, and once per day you may speak the command word that you now know, and it is an Atlantean word. Maybe it's an Atlantean phrase. Let's get to work. And what it does is it populates the various pockets on here with the tools you would need to work your craft.
Okay. And you speak that in Atlantean, or can you speak that in any?
In Atlantean.
Okay. So whoever wants to wear this robe, I could teach you potentially teach you the.
What's the Atlantean word for friend?
Exactly. To work. And then by tools, is that a specific trade, or is it the trade that you happen to practice?
Whatever you are intending on practicing.
Oh,
if you're
that's
intending
awesome.
on being a woodworker, you speak the phrase, and then your vest populates with the tools that you would need to do woodworking. If you're a blacksmith, then it would fill with the tools you would need. I mean, like an anvil's not going to be in there.
Right.
Dong.
Forge. Pierce. Yeah.
Oh, God, get it out.
Ah, on fire. Okay.
Does anybody need, like, does anybody have a really low avoidance save? Because that's actually my best save, so I'm good on that.
I've got a 0 on mine. But...
Yeah, that is not my best, but close to my best save. So, Ragnar Zanico.
Okay, so does detect magic generally? I mean, she's going to need a lot of convincing that.
Oh, right.
Well,
Yeah,
so,
does it reveal curses? Nope.
No, it does not.
It's an old school game.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to convince you. Like, I'm not going to try to trick you or anything. I'm going to tell you that I actually do not know the answer to that question. So it would be a risk on your part.
Okay. No, she won't wear it unless she can be convinced. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, Zanico, are you have any
I'm happy to carry it. I don't see a whole lot of my trade by training is scribal work. I don't think that the tools for scribing, or I suppose I might be able to convince it to give me like doctor's tools since I'm a cleric and work healing and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure if I could do that.
Let's get to work, and the Book of Mormon appears.
Yeah, basically. Well, and because I don't know if we have like parchment scribing tools, so it might give me like a chisel to work stone or something like that. Who knows?
But what about
So
what if it's about its defensive capabilities? Because it gives a +1 to avoidance. Is that helpful to you?
A little bit. But,
I think so because I found, this is a non sequitur, but I mean I found an interesting podcast called Fall of Empires, and what it does, it talks about takes different like civilizations and sort of tracks the rise and then fall of the civilizations. And one of the ones was, there's 2 episodes that deal with Mesoamerican cultures. So I was thinking of Zanico when I was watching him, and there's one written language that I can't remember the name of that is from like the Toltec kind of area. I think the Toltecs were the ones that were before the Mayans. But the whatever it was, maybe it's not the Toltecs. Now that I've said it, I think it's actually wrong. But in any event, there is a independent written language that developed among one of the Mesoamerican tribes that didn't carry over to the others. And I'm wondering if your character's legacy is from that. Many of the cultural similarities are all very, very similar for a lot of those cultures, with like veneration of jaguars and things like that. So you can feel, and also your character's tribe would be out of, would have been displaced and developed its own kind of offshoot culture as well too into this fantasy world. But if you want to be literate, I'm fine with it being a kind of a script-based type, like Chinese etchings on chicken bones kind of thing, or turtle shells.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
That's cool.
A good thing. So yeah, I'm happy to take it and wear it.
Cool.
Okay.
Assuming I can fit my armor over it, because I don't really want to go armorless. But
Yeah.
Yeah, easily, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, guys.
All right. So do you want to proceed back to that chamber and investigate it further?
Yeah,
What do you
I
want?
definitely think it bears.
Yeah.
All right. I still have one detect magic left, so I'm gonna keep that for our. I'm gonna go over to the store. Are you all ready?
Yep.
Open this door, because you never know. All right. So once I see that they're all looking,
Yes.
I will then open this door here.
Okay. Would you kindly give me an avoidance
man.
save?
Can I put that robe on? No.
We've all been talking about our avoidance saves.
I failed.
Okay. Then. Oh boy.
Was this a room where the doors are electric and we forgot?
Well, you guys did rest for 8 hours.
Reset.
Is there in this, is it just a flat hour that you have to prep in the morning, or does it depend on the spells as well? I can't remember.
You know what? I don't know. In one of you calculated that. Yeah, we got it. I was just about to copy paste it. So it is a variable amount of time for memorizing in the name.
Okay.
But actually, I didn't need that much time, because I only needed to do 1, 2, 3 spells, so 30, an hour and 10 minutes I needed.
Yeah, but I needed a fair bit
Okay.
relative to you. An hour and 10 minutes? I guess so 30. That's another 90, so that's 120. So 2. I need like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you were basically out of everything.
Because I was pretty much out.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm obviously shaken, and I kind of curse myself for not thinking to check the door before I opened it, considering we've encountered things like this previously.
Okay.
Um, and I stagger back to my feet. Um, I think we can proceed. I perhaps should not be in the lead, though.
The door is you have finished turning it, so it's really just a matter of pushing it.
Yeah. And my memory. This is MacLeod saying. My memory is that it was the opening the door did not cause a further trap to go off, but I may not be recalling accurately. I believe that's the case.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I'm going to heal you up at least a little bit before.
Oh, right.
I've still got some of the small ones.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yep, that's, but I'll take it. Could mean the difference. You never know.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and move up and
I'll move back.
open and step through the door.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
So, the lighting, you are correct. The lighting was coming from the ceiling before.
All right.
Perfect blackness out here now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, they turned off the lights have turned off for some reason.
Somebody didn't pay a bill.
Yes.
I guess you know what. I will proceed. I will go behind Amar, unless you guys would rather me be in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Zanico and Reagan, do you have a preference?
I think. Yeah, I mean, I think I want to just be in the middle somewhere, as always. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
So why don't I go in the back? I'll go in the back. You guys stay in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd prefer to be in front if I have to shoot anything.
Yep. Me too.
Okay. So what direction do we want to head?
I believe it's north.
You want to head back north?
Okay. So Mars taking the lead there, followed by Zanico. Zanico's keeping the way lit for everyone else.
Yeah, Reagan will keep an eye out on any events. She's ceiling watcher girl.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you guys. So I'm gonna kind of
So when you get to there, Amar,
Yes, sir.
you can hear the sound of something bumping around in the vents above, and you hear a low.
Oh Lord, not this guy.
Hey.
I don't know if the best solution is to run or not.
Yeah. Is it something that are you gonna let us know, Amar, that you're hearing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I turn back, shoot,
Yeah.
and point.
I nod. And there were vents in the room we were just in, right, Kevin?
There were, yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't. I just say, might as well go. I'm gesturing. Might as well go ahead. There's
Yeah,
no.
just deal with it. Just deal with
Yeah. It's gonna get us wherever we are if it can come through the vents. So.
it. That's true.
Okay.
Are Reagan and Malo, are you guys moving up? I'm trying to maintain enough light so you guys can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to go slow.
Reagan. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to this corner here.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Hey.
It's we've been through that passageway, and that's where we went.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, that's towards the room with the creatures.
Yeah.
Now, does anybody remember?
Not
if
the
this
other
door was
creatures.
Oops. What was that, Will?
I said, does anybody remember if this door was electrified previously?
I don't remember, but I would, take. I was using sense magic, so I can. I have to be closer. So when we come to the door, it's a cantrip, exactly. So I'm gonna move up to within 10 feet of the door, about there or so, and I will use my sense magic to see if I'm picking up any magic on the.
Okay. Is that door closed or is it open? It looks like it's.
It's open, actually. It's open on our map. Okay, great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Open. Excellent.
I didn't even think that far. I'm thinking that's a place we've explored, so it's on the map. That's where my mind's at.
Mm.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
You see how used to we are to playing with Kevin. Like we're moving. Are we okay now? Are we still okay? Are we still alive?
And you hear once again through the vents.
I hate that guy.
And it moves off elsewhere.
Trying to remember that movie. I really wish somebody would shut him up, and I can't remember what movie that was. But I remember that time, and it was something like that. It was like somebody over maybe a microphone, a megaphone, speaker system, or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just can't remember what it was. Okay, now that one appears to be closed.
Yep.
If anybody knows what it is, tell us. Put it in the
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, we closed this one before we left.
Yeah. So that one I will then. Nothing happened last time when I opened it, but just in case something has reset, there's been some passage of time. I'll move up to here and I will use sense magic to see if I can detect any magical emanations.
Sure. Detect, but again, if there was a trap of some kind, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Does not appear to be any magic on it, though.
Yeah, so it can't hurt to do it anyway. So I don't detect anything. It doesn't mean there's nothing there, though. So
I'm gonna step right inside the frame. I guess the first thing to look for, Kevin, is are there vents in the ceiling here? I cannot remember if we had them in here.
In this room, there are, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move. Go ahead.
Why don't I do this tomorrow? Just so because I was going to do it anyway. I'll just move up to next to Reagan. Oh, I can't. I thought I could stand. There we go. I'll stand there, and I will use my detect magic because it lasts for a turn.
So Amar steps inside.
Yeah, he steps 5 feet inside.
Would you give me an avoidance save, please?
Oh, sure. God damn it!
Good boy.
Everybody's getting the avoidance save except for Xanaco.
Yeah, and if you were wearing that robe, you would have made it.
If I'd had that vest on.
Guys, I rolled 30 damage.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled like almost max.
Oh my God.
So Mar is completely covered head to toe in electricity and then drops down.
Okay, I drag him, I grab his collar and drag his body out of there.
And you can hear again through the vents.
Yeah, but I would have given real money for him to shut up.
He may that spirit may be laying traps for us, magical traps for us. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, looking at this, I mean, the way that, before he went unconscious, the way that Amar described this room as an altar, Xanaco, it definitely does not accord with the beliefs that your people have. I mean, like, look at the walls, look at the detail that's been put into all these horrific scenes of of misfortune and death by misfortune.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I noted that.
It almost
they're all
seems-
accidental.
Yeah. In veneration of that kind of ill, tragic ill fate.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Amar. I can. Oh, I guess it has to be Reagan who does it since I'm focused on the light for right now. But you want to prayer for the dying Amar and see if we can get him some more.
Yeah,
hit
she'll do
points?
that.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to say that and had what's muted. 4.
Nice.
Okay.
So that takes him to 0.
Yeah,
Yep.
that takes me to 0 because I was at negative
That's
4.
great.
All right, and then
Okay.
I can give you another one of my last 2 cure lights.
Reagan will do the cantrip to have light while you do that.
Nice.
So you
Sweet.
get 6 points back, Amar.
Oh,
Sweet. Okay.
So, Danica, I guess you and I are the tanks.
At this point, yeah.
Nikki.
So I have not had to have prayer for the dying cast on me, Amar. So do you want me to go in first in case something?
If
Yeah,
you
why
get
don't
30 points of damage.
yeah. Why don't you do that?
Okay, so I'm
wanna-
casting detect magic, which is
Mm-hmm.
going to last for a turn, meaning 10 minutes, and I will just from the doorway. Amar, do you want to step out of the room or do you want to stay in there?
I can move now.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
So from the doorway, I'm gonna send out. I think it's a range of 60 feet, I believe. I will kind of stretch out with my magical insight and see if I detect any emanations of things that are magical. Obviously, not traps, but
Yeah.
on the altar or those heaps of that heap of bones,
Yeah. So
carvings, all that.
I think the what you can sense from here is there is a divine presence here, an aura of probably enchantment, but there isn't
Okay.
any specific spell that is active in here.
I see. Okay. I've seen such things before. They
Yeah.
are magical crafting magic that does not replicate a spell of some kind.
Well, and it's also, I mean, it appears to you. I think you back in the spires of Chromarium, you have come across the temples of set up to gods. The ambient magical power that is manifested by their presence or by the worship of their followers. That's what this manifests as.
Huh. I'm going to relate that to everybody, but especially, actually, all three of you would have some familiarity with this kind of thing. So I will say this seems to be divine in nature. And you probably understand this better than I do. And I describe the feeling that I'm picking up, and I think they are probably translating that into what you could describe, Kevin.
Yeah.
And do I? Well, I think the only other thing for me to do is to enter and search the place. Unless Reagan or Zanico really wanted to go in, I feel like it'd be better for you to remain out here. It's up to you.
Except if you take like 30 points of damage, you're dead.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I think Reagan's okay with going in.
Okay.
Since she basically has no healing at the moment, whereas Zanico, you do still have some.
I do have 1.
Okay. But she hasn't. So she's going inside the door.
Okay.
Not
She's-
zapped for 30, I assume. Okay. But she can't see. Right. So she can't see.
Can you use a cantrip on
Yeah,
your
she
own?
can.
Just
Yeah, she can use the cantrip, but then how closely can she observe things if she's concentrating on that?
You should be. I mean, depending on what you're trying to do, I wouldn't do physics in your head. But
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yep.
Can you do the calculus of this chamber to figure out
Yeah,
how
quick.
large?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Calculate the
Yeah, so-
decaying orbit of. Okay, so what is the radius of your?
It's the same thing as it's divine radiance, which is 15 foot
15 foot
diameter.
Okay, 15-foot diameter or 15-foot radius.
15-foot
says
diameter is what's written on the
Yep.
thing.
Okay.
Yep. It looks like you gave Zenico a 15-foot radius, but so we might both have to have this if we want to continue doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So she's looking at the walls first before she goes to the table, just to see if there's anything other than the scenes of, the horrific scenes looks out of place, like if there could be anything hidden on the doors, like either a trap or not a door necessarily, but a compartment.
And I also called out to you, like, and let me know if there's any writing anywhere.
Yeah, same thing.
You're not seeing, apart from the very well depicted scenes of tragedy of people having things fall on them. There's men trapped under carts. There is rock slides.
Okay. All right. So she goes to the table.
You know what gods love? When they call your altar a table.
And also, just so you're reminded, Robert, there's a heap of bones in there.
Yes.
So just because we've seen previously things reassemble themselves,
Yes. Yep.
be wary.
Okay.
In fact, Malo's going to keep his eye on the pile of bones from where he is, just in case.
Okay. Yep.
You're doing great!
You're good as fine.
Here, I'll move here so you have more light.
So yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
Kev, the altar, it's solid all the way to the ground. So
It is.
there's nothing. There wouldn't be anything underneath.
It does seem to be. There is a seam at the bottom, though. It seems like this is not something that was carved out of the rock, but was brought in here separately.
Okay.
Which means there could be something. Oh, Robert, are you describing these things as you go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This was brought in. She also now she's doing the same thing as she goes around the altar to look at just see if there's anything behind the altar written on it or
Similar symbols and signs.
Okay. And
Do you
she
think
calls-
I call out to you as you're going around,
Yep.
Reagan. Do you see any scratch marks or anything that would indicate that altar has been or could be moved off its spot to reveal something beneath?
She checks.
This is the same perfect metal floor, or whatever the material is, that you've seen elsewhere in the structure.
Okay. No, nothing. And then finally, she looks at the top, examines you said these were
Bones.
ears or what's that?
Bones.
Oh, the two yellow spots on it.
Oh, that's just on the map.
Okay. All right. That's not actually there.
Can you tell what manner of creature those bones may have come from, Reagan?
Unless it's human, she's probably not going to know particularly well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So she looks at them.
It's bones. I'm not sure that
Okay.
you've got a way of telling them. I mean, there's only scraps of them, really, so it's difficult to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scraps, like,
No,
were
it's
they? Does it look like they were like crushed or broken?
There are some that are. I mean, it's not complete bones.
Okay.
All of them have been broken off or broken in some
way.
capacity.
Okay, interesting.
Which is not surprising considering the nature of the worship in this chamber.
Yeah. Okay. So she doesn't see anything else. She says, "Well, if we want to try to move it, we could. If that seems to be what you were asking, Malo."
I was, if we don't see any obvious signs that that's possible, I wouldn't chance it, at least at the moment.
Last thing, she looks up on the ceiling just to see if there's anything.
On the ceiling, there is. What's over here?
There's a piercer over every square.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
And they all fall
That would-
down on your head.
Yes.
Shuk, 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 shuk.
It sounds remarkably like the first adventure.
I know. So it's great.
it's a
Yes.
callback.
Throwback
It's a call,
is-
yeah, we call it a callback. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I need to find something. Oh, actually, hold on. I can probably find it.
Oh no.
Yeah, another book. Look out, Will.
And a bunch of books falls on her head.
I think that people at Noble Knight are watching the stream and just sending Kev books.
Yeah.
I have had some
Just
terrific
screw with us.
suggestions from viewers on.
Oh, I bet. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
So what you see is there is a symbol, or at least something that's carved in the ceiling, and it is a one bone in one direction. It is a second bone that is like a rib bone that has a point and then kind of arcs up, and then where the two of them meet, there is a skull as like a fulcrum.
Okay. She points up to the ceiling in case anybody can see it from there. If they can't, she describes it to them.
Yeah, like if you poke your head in there, you're able to see it. And it almost, just because of the iconography too, it almost looks like a scythe formed of the interlocking bones. The rib bone serving as the blade, the other bone serving as probably a femur, a long human bone, and then the skull forming again as like the junction point between the two.
Zanico, is that a symbol that is familiar to your people?
I don't think so.
Strange. We're finding many alien things here.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys wish to do next?
It seems like there's not much else that we can do here, unless anybody has any thoughts.
Well, I had an idea that I could use this new robe and try to have my work, since I'm sort of trained as a cleric and all that sort of stuff. I could do something kind of priestly, probably, right?
It's a craftsman's thing, so unless there's a craft that you're thinking of using.
Okay, craftsman.
Yeah.
Because what I'm wondering is if there's any way to create some type of more consecrated. I mean, aside from like if I could get something to write like the text or something over this place, but that doesn't seem like that would be as effective.
You're thinking like chiseling a symbol or something? Is that what you're thinking?
Maybe.
You could definitely summon
what-
those tools. That's like a
Yeah.
stonemason's tools, yeah.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. How long do you think it would take you to...
Oh, it could hurt. Don't say it couldn't hurt.
Well,
It could hurt.
that's fair. Very fair.
Like working traditionally using like tools in your hand, it would take a very, very long time, like
Yeah.
days to
Yeah.
transform these walls and such.
Yep.
But I mean, just doing some creative damage, if you took a day to do it, you could deface much of the stuff. But it's, you know, this is what a 60 foot by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 foot by about 30 foot room. That's a lot of wall
Yeah.
space.
Perhaps we just close this chamber and only return to it if we must at a future point.
I think it's safe
I'm wondering
with
if
what.
so. I'd like to take a closer look at the bones.
Sure.
Okay.
At least, so I'm gonna walk over to the altar and take a closer look. Is there so my first question is there any possibility that these are all from like the same organism, and is it all human bones?
I think what you can tell just from, you know, your people work with skins and animals and such and whatnot. These bones are discolored in different ways. It's subtly. It's not like some are purple, but you know, some of these are subtly grayer or more, have a more brownish cast to them. So these are all different ages. It does not look like they were treated terribly well. You can tell that there's no like nicks and markings on it. So this isn't something that has had like flesh flensed off of it or stripped off of it. There's no chew marks on it. So it's not like these things were eaten. The bones are otherwise unmarred. But what there is you recognize when a bone has been broken. And every one of the bones that's on there has some sign of trauma, of force being applied to break them.
So I think I'd have to pick one of them up to see if there's any kind of like evidence of like dried bone marrow versus like if it's been sucked out or something like that, like if something was trying to eat at the marrow.
Yep.
But I'm gonna reach out and take one of the bones.
Okay. So you reach out to grab one of the bones. On the edge of the thing, you can see Amar going.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you reach down, there is small markings on the bone that you didn't see before, and it says, "I'll see you in 2 weeks."
I thought so.
So, that is where we will call our session, guys. For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this session. What are we on right now?
46.
46 of our ongoing campaign, playing Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. I did see that if you're listening to us live, I apologize for we lost the connection once or twice there, so I will be reposting this as the full video because I do have that recorded as well. So my apologies for you losing us once or twice, only for a couple of seconds. But if, as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or this campaign, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, you can find a link in the description of this video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to this campaign, every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a ton of other great channels to engage with a bunch of great people in conversation. And there's also a Find a Group channel as well, too, if you're looking for other people to play old school games or any kind of game, to be honest. In addition, because our 5e channel has become quite active as well, so there's lots of people.
We kind of run the gamut at this point. You have a channel for almost every edition, right?
I have for every. I lump AD&D 1 and 2 together because we don't really have a lot of people running. It's not in our channel. Not people who are running expressly first edition. A lot of people have been go and talk about second edition on there, but yeah. We let's see here. And we do have fourth edition now that we've run that on the channel as well. In addition, you can find, if you enjoyed the session, you don't want to miss future ones, be sure to click on the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we go live. We also have a schedule posted every Sunday night on the community tab of the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. I also post that on the Discord, and I post that on Twitter, and you can find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. You can also reach me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. Lastly, I want to give a big thank you to the players. So, Saturday morning is not many who would get up on a Saturday morning and be willing to subject themselves to trap after trap after trap after shoggoth. So, Robert, Arlen, Will, George, thank you so much for joining me this morning, guys. This was a lot of fun. And you guys got me, some dungeon masters want to try and tick off their dragon, but really, I mean, I find that getting a chance to run a shoggoth for the first time is definitely a bucket list item for this DM. So thank you very much, guys, and congratulations on defeating it. Let's talk about XP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, did get some XP because we identified something.
You identified something, and you defeated that shoggoth as well, too.
Awesome.
I'm just kind of squeezing every last opportunity to use that word.
I like that because then maybe you'll get it out of your system.
Yes, and we won't see them ever again.
That was definitively horrifying.
Yes.
As a player and a character.
I told my son,
Yeah, like-
he asked me how the session was going. I told him what you guys were fighting. He's like, Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep, every time I hit it, it turns into a smaller version with as many hit points. Like, oh, God.
And apparently there's no way to kill it other than the radium gun.
Yeah, that we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
We know of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. You guys should try hitting it again. Maybe that'll...
Yeah.
All right, so you identify the item as well, too. All right, guys, so with 4 of you present today, and you guys all have the 10% bonus as well.
Yeah.
Guys, each of you is walking away with 1,650 XP. 1650 for today.
Bing.
Nice!
All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
I'm 126 experience points over 6th level.
Oh, excellent. So,
Nice.
so 6th level is you'll get half your hit dice rounding down.
Right.
Right, because it's on odd levels is when you get half your hit dice rounding up. So you're what, D8 for a warlock?
I'm a D8, correct? So I'll get
Yeah.
4 plus
hit
my
points
1
plus
for
your con
con.
modifier. Yeah,
That's
Pretty
great. I'll
awesome.
take it. It gets me up to 35.
excellent. Congratulations, that's
Sweet.
great.
I'm excited.
Another
Been a
third level
while.
spell too. You get to add to your
That's right.
collection, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Do you have Fireball yet?
I do now. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna decide.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's great. Yeah. So congratulations. Then with that, if you are, for those listening at home, if you are joining us during the current pandemic, we do hope that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we've given you a couple of hours to turn your mind off of the troubles of our world and think of the troubles that our heroes continually get themselves into. And until we see you again, happy gaming.